All right, just arrived. A set of Hultafors Chisels. You can see that name there, Hultafors, I guess. I ordered one each of what they have here. I'll tell you the sizes in a second. So they're metric. 20, 25, 32, and 40 millimeters wide. Now I'll show you in a minute why I ordered them. These came from a place called Repcon, and they cost me, with shipping, $142. So what's so special about these? Well, they're different from other chisels in this respect. They have the metal, the way they make these, the metal runs all the way through the handle. So they're very solid and very heavy. And what I mean by heavy is I took these out of there. This one here is, the 20 millimeter is 10.5 ounces, 11.5, 13, and this one is 15 ounces, almost a full pound. So they are quite the setup. They also come with some very heavy duty protectors. Not sure I'm going to use these, but let's just see what they're all about here. Holsters, I guess, is a better word for them. Now that's kind of, they're all the same size. That one kind of wiggles around a little bit, but that's okay. Here's why I bought the chisels. When you lay this on the table or on your surface that you're wanting to use them on, the blade is flat to the surface and the handle is just barely touching back here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to work on this, flattening this back. And here's the thing about doing this. This particular chisel, I'm going to want that full back to be flat, because when I lay it down and I want to use it in this manner, more almost like a chiseled plane, I'm going to want all of that to be in the same plane, not just the very tip. So I'm going to go to work on them. I'll come back after I get all that done and give you a better view of the way they're going to work and why I am excited to have this set of chisels. All right, progress report here. This is the 20 millimeter. And incidentally, sharpening can be dangerous. So this didn't happen with this. It happened on my previous video that I posted on sharpening my block plane blade and my marking knife. Anyway, this is 150. I'm all out of 80 grit paper, so I just had to start with 150. I got a bit of a hollow spot right there, but I'm going to let that go. We're pretty flat over pretty much the rest of the blade, so I'm going to go to 220 and 400. The other thing I want to show you is that as I'm going over my 150, you can see that part of the handle was getting worn away as well. And I took this up to my belt sander that I have up in my garage, and I ground back this metal ring and this part of the handle as well. So I took that back probably I don't know, 1/64 of an inch or so, so that that lays, there's no interference from that being flat on the work. So this is getting flattened as well. You can see that. That's not bad after a 220 and 400 grit paper. Actually, it's 240 grit, but it is turning out pretty nice. I'm going to give it a few more strokes here. Then I'm going to go to some wet dry. That looks good. I've got a total of about 12 minutes into this so far. "45 minutes in, I've got something I can work with." You can see right out here, just at the very tip, got a little spot there, but I'm not going to be too concerned about that. And this is very flat, I'll put it that way. I can still see some of the 8,000 grit scratches in there, but over time that's going to come out as I keep working the back. So I'm going to put an edge on it, and we'll see how she looks. It's in pretty good shape. So total time invested in this one chisel is 1 hour, almost on the nose. And it's very, very sharp. Let me show you why I bought these chisels, the main reason anyway. Now you can better see what's going on here. So that chisel can lay flat on my work, and I can slide it along without any problem at all. No risk of this tip digging into the work. Where with this Marples, you can see that gap there. And then if I were to push this along, this, if it would catch the grain just right, would dig and dive into the work. If I ever wanted to pair it with this chisel, I always had to get it off the edge of the work and do it like this, you know, to make sure I didn't go and gouge what I was working on. Where this one, I don't have to worry about that now. I can be out in the middle of nowhere and do fine pairing work. The other thing it gives you is that this now is all in the same plane basically. So I could do as deep a mortise as I wanted to with this chisel and keep going straight down without having to worry about the handle interfering with my work. As I came down, I'd reach a certain point where I could go no deeper, and this would want to kick out. So this one took a little over an hour to complete to this stage here. So I've got a few more hours of work ahead of me with those other three. Thanks for watching.